In this video, I will tell you about attaching PDFs and images as an external reference. So I'll start with the PDF. So for inserting the PDF as an external reference, go to the Insert tab once again and click on Attach. Now locate the PDF which you want to attach. In this case, we have this FP PDF which will attach. The preview can be found here. Now click on Open and you'll see this Attach PDF Underlay window. In this case, we have the single page, but if you have a multi-page PDF, all the pages will be listed in this preview and you can select the pages which you want to include. In this case, I'll select the one PDF here, this one, and I'll select the relative path and all the options at the default. Now click on OK, and here we have it. The PDF has been attached in this drawing. Now in this case, there are a couple of settings that you can change and modify for this PDF, and you can even convert this PDF into a native DWG file. So I'll first start with the display properties of this PDF. So I'll click on this boundary and that will bring this PDF underlay option. Now here in this case, we have the adjustment panel here. Now you can adjust the contrast just like this, or you can even fade it or make it darker like this. Also here we have lots of color in this drawing. If you want to display this drawing in monochrome, click on this display in monochrome and we have it here in monochrome. All the colors are now removed. I'll click on it once again to bring it back to the normal state. Also we have the clipping option, so you can clip it or you can remove the clipping. And if you want to show this underlay or if you want to hide it, you can simply toggle this option. Now in this case, we have this enable snap option, and that will allow you to snap to different points of this drawing as if it's a simple DWG entity or a native CAD file. So I'll go to Home tab and I'll select Line Tool, and now when I move my cursor, you'll notice that we have these snaps, the endpoint snap, the midpoint snap, and lots of other snaps here. These are available here. But if you once again press Escape key, let's select it and let's change it to enable snap. I'll toggle it off, and now I'll go to Home tab, select the Line Tool, and now you'll notice that we don't have anymore that snapping point. We don't have it here now. So in order to have that snapping active, you need to select that option. So I'll click on Enable Snap. Also we have an option of editing the layer visibility. So you can click on Edit Layers, and here we have these layers. So for example, let's turn off the dimensions. So I'll click on dimensions and we don't have it here, although it's not very perfect. In this case, we do have these errors here, and that can be removed manually. So I'll once again click on this dimension to turn it on, and I'll click on OK. Now in this case, this is still an external reference and it's not a native DWG file. Now in order to make it a completely native file, you need to import it, and if you want to import it as an object, you can select this option. So click on Import as Objects and now specify the area which you want to import. So in this case, obviously we want to include all of these objects, so I'll select them all. And now what do you want to do with this external reference? So we have these three options. Either you can keep them as it is, you can detach them, that simply means you can delete it, or you can unload it. So that will temporarily hide it, but you can still see it in the external references palette. So I'll select this unload option, so that will hide it. Now with the unload option, simply press enter. And here we have it. The XREF has been brought in our drawing and it is now in the native format. Also, when you go to this external references option, you'll see this external references palette on which we have the original XREF here, which is unloaded. You can again reload it simply by right clicking and selecting the reload option, but we don't need it, so I'll simply detach it. And now you can clean up the drawing and you can remove all the unnecessary parts in this drawing and you can work on it just like any simple AutoCAD drawing. In a similar way, you can attach images also in your AutoCAD drawing as an external reference. So once again, I'll go to the Insert tab and I'll select this Attach option and I'll select a new image here. In this case, I'll select this IMG image, which is a PNG file with background transparency. Now I'll click on Open, and with the default options, I'll click on OK. Now here we have it. I'll click here and I'll accept the default value, so I'll simply press enter, and here we have it. The file has been included here as an image. Now here also we can change multiple properties of this image, so I'll click on the boundary first. Now we have the adjustment option, the brightness, the contrast, and also we have the fade option, so you can fade it or you can keep it at its default value. Now we have the clipping options, and also we have the show or hide image. In this case the boundary is visible but the image has been hidden. Now we have an option of background transparency, which will only work for PNG files with background transparency. In this case, if you want to hide the background, simply click on it and the background is now hidden. Now this is, as I mentioned, only applicable in case of PNG files with background transparency. Now let's press escape key, and here we have it. The image has been added, but in this case you'll see this frame, which in most cases is not required. So in order to change this frame, or in order to completely hide it, you can simply use image frame system variable. So type image frame, press enter, and change this value from 2 to 0. So type 0 and press enter, and now we don't have that image frame anymore. So once again I'll press enter and I'll bring it back to 2 so that the frame is visible. So that was all about attaching PDF and images as an external reference file in AutoCAD.